I agree. Free the nipple. Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the broadcast. This is the broadcast variety hour. I am, as always, Gal Robinson, and with us tonight is the lovely Leon Robinson. Say hi, Leon.
Yeah,
And also with us tonight is the effervescent Town Drunk. How you doing, Town?
you give me a different E word every week, and I'm not.
I'm just going for
I,
complicated words that you'll check me on. They just happen to all be E's. I'll work on that. I'll work on that.
well, right
Probably
now
public
I'm
guy.
I'm the exasperated town drunk.
So, we've been gone a couple of weeks, and we missed out on one very big thing. We're going to talk about that at the end. But during our time gone, um, WWE has been in the news a little bit. We don't like we have discussed not wanting to talk about WWE news, just news in general. WWE in specific, because I don't think any of us watch it religiously. But this is big, and so we're going to talk about it, and we've all decided that we need to talk about it. I'm going to go over the list really, really quick. We don't have to dream book or decide where these people are going. Just real quick, in case there's anybody who's watching it. Why are you watching us first? But whatever. So last week we had 26 releases. Andre Chase, these ones are from NXT. Andre Chase, Dante Chen, Tyra May Steele, who was Olympian and who just won LFG. Good job. Serena, Linton, Tyreek, Igwe, Tyson DuPont. Sorry, I'm not super familiar with all of these people. Trill London, Luca Crucifino, Malik Blade, Malik Blade, maybe? Chris Island, Francois Prince Lou, and Carly Bright. And then the main roster names. Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, Motor City Machine Guns. Then we had Santos Escobar, Apollo Cruz, Zoe Stark, Alba Fire, Joe Gacy, Eric Rowan, Dexter Loomis, Nikki Cross, Uncle Howdy, which are all of Wyatt Six. And then we have Zelina Vega and Aleister Black and Kairi Sane. And if that wasn't enough, we also lost Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. From what I've read, they just chose not to sign worse deals than they were getting. That's completely that's not coming from me. I think that's Wrestling Observer News, maybe. And then also JC Mateo, also otherwise known as Jeff Cobb, and Tonga Loa. And for today, in this minute anyway, that's all. What do you this might sound weird, but of all of those names, the one that surprises me the most is Tyra May Steele. And I'm not a fan of her work. I don't know what she did, but she went through an entire process and won LFG to be the next big thing on NXT, and she's an Olympic gold medalist or an Olympian. I don't know if she's a gold medalist, and they just are just like, bye, get out of here, you're done. What's the point of LFG if you're gonna whatever? Thoughts on your end?
I think they're just. I think they've lost the plot. I think that's kind of what it is, and it's completely become.
Can you clarify by who you mean by they?
The WWE and TKO, they've lost the plot. They've lost the plot of how to build a wrestler. It's just, what have you done for me recently? And if you're sitting in NXT, if you're not improving fast enough, you're out.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not going to also put you in a situation that's going to get the most out of you. I think that's what it's become. They're going to push whoever they want to push, and they're going to like whoever they want to like.
Yeah.
In spite of the response, in spite of what the fans want. Mm-hmm. I think that's become just super clear. They don't care. They want to make money, and it has just become almost to a sickening level. They used AI on SmackDown or Raw. They used AI. I believe it was SmackDown. They used an AI promo. They made a promo instead of using the wrestlers that they had access to. They used AI to make a promo.
Yeah, and that's not even the first time they've done that. They did
Yeah.
sort of infamously the one with Dominic Mysterio. They had like an image of Dominic Mysterio that was clearly AI because it was showing him with the AEW title around his waist. Like it's ridiculous. And the one thing that you pointed out, Town, about them, like this has been a culture of them just wanting to make more money and wanting to make more money. And I think the most frustrating part about it is that you have this list of NXT people who a lot of them didn't do the indies. They never did like WWE, the WWE style is the only style that they know. And if you put any of those into an indie company, it's going to be incredibly more difficult for them to
They're not going to
contribute
know
to
how to
that product.
work.
Exactly. Yeah.
We can't be surprised by this. We cannot be surprised by this anymore. We can't be surprised by what WWE does. We can't be surprised based on who they've aligned with politically. I think it's pretty fucking obvious that they're going to do what they're going to do, and they do not care. They have these huge money contracts. They care about their own pocketbooks. They care about the pocketbooks of their investors. They don't give a shit about wrestling. They don't give a shit about the product. They don't give a shit about their workers. Unless it's convenient to them at the moment, then they care. What'd you say, Leon?
Said that's private equity for you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's incredibly frustrating. And I think like, you're right. We can't be surprised, but we can be angry. But the other side of that though is that like this is TKO. Like you see people like on that list. Like I'm sorry, Leon. What were you saying?
I'd have to care to be angry about it anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
Like on behalf of a lot of those wrestlers, yeah, I'm annoyed and I feel for them, but the company itself, I don't care. I don't care enough to be angry.
That's fair.
I'm upset to the people who lost it. Like how do you go and lowball fucking Kofi and Woods after what decade plus of that level of tag team work and faction work and all the fucking merch they sell and everything else, and you're gonna come out and lowball those dudes? Gonna try to rework their deals? Like, get the fuck out of here.
This reeks of late 2000s WCW, and I've never, my whole life going back to when I was like 4 or 5 years old, I've given a shit about WrestleMania. And since WrestleMania 15, which was Austin Rock, I have watched every WrestleMania either live or within a day. I have not watched this WrestleMania. I will not watch this WrestleMania. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I unfollowed them on Instagram. I unfollowed NXT on Instagram. I don't care. I don't want to watch you. You don't give a shit about people. You don't give a shit about wrestling. You give a shit about profit, and it shows. And your product sucks.
God, all the shit all over the mat. Like,
oh my god! You said shit, and I was like, well, it's not technically shit, but it is kind of.
I mean, basically. It's a big old Prime logo in the middle, so
that is a very good point.
Yeah. I think
I think like the amount of money that they're making, these 26 30 at this point, 30 releases, there's no possible way that it's making that big of a jump in their profits. There's no possible way. Because like I get that's 30 people that you're paying a full salary to, and these people for the most part are probably not making 30,000. Like it's more than that. It's like 50, 100,000 at the very least. But like you're $1 billion company. You can afford to pay these people. They're choosing to release these people because I mean I don't know. Like I don't know what their what
Do
they're
you
going for, but like
remember?
we're
Do you
losing them
remember?
from the WWE.
Do you remember a couple years ago
Which
when the
actually is kind
tide
of
turned and everybody went from AEW to WWE, and there was that big like switch in tide where it was like AEW is hot, and then the fucking bottom fell out after the Punk thing, and everybody was like, "We're going to WWE. We're going to WWE." Cody went. Everybody started going to WWE. I think that's flipping back, and I think like the first cog of that was Chris Jericho, because in what universe, if I'm Chris Jericho and I not want to go to a billion-dollar company that's going to bend over backwards and give me this retirement tour, like what happened?
I don't know
What
that they would
happened?
have. I don't like.
He's got all the retirements lately and said, you know what?
Yeah, well,
And
that's
then he
fair.
started,
Yes, exactly.
That's fair.
he thought about Sting's retirement run, and he's like, you know, maybe this is where I want to be for the end of my career.
He
Wacky.
for his own to his own benefit, to take him at his word, like he wants to contribute to wrestling. So like
Yep.
if he ever gets to that point where he wants to take the Sting route and like do a big long drawn out retirement run, he can do that and then come back and do whatever he wants. Like he can coach, he can you know, be an EVP, he can whatever he wants to do. Like he will be a good plug-in for AEW in the back. Like that, there's no doubt about that. If he goes to WWE, like he's not going to get the run that he wants. Like even
But
John Cena's run
you're
was.
kind of proving what I was saying though, because like when that flip switch, there was all the reasons to go to WWE.
Oh, absolutely.
There's
Yeah.
no fucking reasons to go to WWE
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
You want to wrestle? Don't go there. You want to be on screen cutting promos? Don't go there. They're just gonna fucking make an AI you. Like, just what's the point?
You want to see your contact all the way, or your contract all
I
the way
listened.
out?
I did a shitload of travel.
WWE.
I did a shitload of travel the past 2 weeks. I turned on the Sirius has the wrestling radio. I turned it on one time, and it's the most fucking biased WWE bullshit. And somebody calls in and says, "Well, I don't think creative's very good." They proceeded to thrash that guy for 25 minutes and tell him why he was stupid. That's what they're doing, and it's just like it was the coach and somebody else, and I'm just like, you don't know anything.
Gotcha.
Their product sucks, and it sucked for a long time. It sucked for a long time. It hasn't been good for a long time. When we thought it was good and we thought it was a resurgence, they just got lucky. The Cody winning the belt thing was pure luck. They stumbled into that just like they stumbled into Daniel Bryan. They have no fucking idea what they're doing at any point anymore.
Oh, come on now, John. That was the plan the whole time.
No, Leon, I don't believe it was. They've lost the plot. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Did my sarcasm not come through?
They don't know how to book anymore. They don't know how to build stars. They don't know how to tell stories that make fucking sense. They know how to do stupid shit and whatever. It's just not. They have lost the fucking plot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with that. I think we've shit talked WWE a decent amount at this point. Let's talk about the roster, and more specifically, let's talk about we don't have to like dissect and decide who on this list is going to wind up where, but like let's talk about AEW's roster as the corollary, because I think if we look at AEW's roster, they have they have a similar issue in that their roster is very large. I don't know that I would consider it bloated, but maybe it is. It's possible. And we look at a lot of these people, and we're like, I am anyway. I look at a lot of these people, and I go, they can't take all of these. Like, this is too many people.
They have to take Kofi and Xavier. They have to take New Day. They have to take that's the one. That's the one they have to take.
If you look,
they have to take those guys.
If you look,
they got the world champs and their EVPs posting about it.
Yes,
they're taking the New Day. Yeah, they're taking the New Day.
Not the world champs.
At the
former world champ
backlash, or the response, I guess, from AEW wrestlers, the two, I guess three that are getting the most mentions: Kairi Sane and New Day. New Day by a long shot, like a lot of support, for good reason. Like, New Day was an amazing tag team. I don't know that they're gonna stop being New Day.
They'll have to be. They don't own it.
the team. I mean, not necessarily the like.
Oh, I think
they can bring the vibe, but they can't bring the name, obviously.
Do you think Kairi Sane goes to AEW though? I think Tony Khan would be like, yes, in like 3 seconds. But do you think she wants to do that, or do you think she wants to go back to Japan?
So Kenny,
I'm not sure.
I know that Kenny Omega wants her there. He's wanted her there since 2019. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's the world is her oyster. Like, that's for some of these bigger names. I guess Kairi Sane and New Day in particular, the world is their oyster. They can do whatever they want. They have the name recognition. If they want to bounce around the indies, they can. If they want to go to Japan, they can. If they want to wrestle in taverns in Germany for 2.5 years, that's fine. They can do that.
I just want to say one thing. I'm going to cut you off and say one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Cope and Cage against the New Day.
Did you see the graphic? I'll try to put it up here. There was a graphic that I think the Bucks posted. No, it was Dax. Dax posted it. It was images of 5 tag teams. It was the Bucks, Dax and Harwood, the Bucks, FTR, Cope and Christian, forgetting the 4th, and New Day.
Sorry, Motor City.
Was it Motor City?
I know, but it would make sense.
I'm gonna rely on you and say it's
Motor
City.
What you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it was somebody who is not currently with AEW, so it could have been Motor City.
Well, they're going to go to AEW too. They have to bring them in. I
really hope so. Yeah.
I mean, so you're going to bolster your tag division, but then do you have too many? Do you have too many tag teams? Do you have too many though? I guess that's my question.
So. Like the tag team division.
I don't think so. No, yeah.
I think you're saying the exact same thing I am. I don't think that the tag roster right now in AEW, it's solid, but it's not huge. Like, they don't have a ton of established tag teams that are at the top. And you bring in New Day and you bring in Motor City Machine Guns, they're right at the top. Like, they're gonna fit in perfectly right at the top there with FTR and the Bucks and like all of those teams. And that's
like you bring in those 2 teams and you just mix and match those 5. You got 2 years worth of fucking
at least.
Matches.
That's not even including the up and coming teams that are making their way up too. I agree. You have to hire. I think those 5 for sure. If Carrie will come, I think Nikki Cross needs to go into AEW. I think they do a lot with her.
I would love to see that. I don't know.
Where did she fit in there? No, that's the thing. The women's roster there is really damn good.
It's stacked. It is absolutely stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I have a tweet from MJF, and I was going to save it for later, but it fits in perfectly here. So he was on X, which don't do that. But that's where he lives, so that's fine. Somebody had posted that wrestling is just. They said wrestling just not hitting the same anymore. I'm trying, but this product is losing me slowly. I think this person is talking about WWE, but I'm not sure. They don't specify. MJF pops in and says, Chris Stat, Willow, Persephone, who I don't think is AEW yet, but it seems like she's going that way. Megan Bain, Athena, Windsor, Jamie Hayter, Shafir, Maya World, Mina, Queen Amanada, Sky Blue, Tekla, Zeta Steel, Red Velvet, Hayan, Hikaru Shida, Harley, Anna J. That's just to name a few, is what he says. And then he says, girls that will come back, Mercedes Moné, Tony Storm, Diamante, Penelope Ford. No big deal. Penelope Ford, like, I'm looking forward to. I didn't know that Diamante was still signed with them, but I digress.
One thing I want to say.
Yeah.
I love that MJF is a heel but still does shit like this.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I think under this whole facade, I don't think he's quite the dick he thinks he is. Just throwing that out there, which is totally fine.
So he's always in character, and I get that.
Yes.
Yeah, but the little bit that you get of actual Max is everything I've ever heard about him is he's a hell of a dude.
That's the vibe.
Yeah.
That's the vibe. That's the vibe.
Yes.
Other than the whole,
I still want Nikki Cross there.
Short, what was it? An engagement to the last fiance.
I mean, maybe he's not good to women, but he's a good person as a wrestler, and I hope that he's grown from that.
relationships end. It
yeah,
happens.
yeah, it happens. Yeah.
I still think
I
throwing
think
Nikki Cross in there would not be bad.
yes, I would
And
totally agree.
And Tekla is one of the best signings Tony Khan ever made.
They,
She's
they
incredible.
could plug Nikki in ROH and let her run.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
She could just go down there and wrestle. She could do whatever kind of gimmick or whatever kind of character she wants to do, and she could go there and wrestle.
You know, that's an interesting point, because a lot of the characters that she's done in WWE, save for her work in NXT and like maybe the year or so that she was on the main roster, most of it has been very, very sports entertainment and very, very character driven, storyline driven, like very dramatic, right? And I'm not saying that she needs to get rid of that. I'm not saying that at all. But it will be interesting to see what she does with her character for that particular reason. Like, does she go more serious, or does she do a spooky gimmick? Like, her spooky gimmick in WWE over the last year, despite the fact that WWE for whatever reason doesn't fucking care about her, like, her character work has been on point. Like, the clips that I've seen of her in WWE as this version of Nikki Cross is it's very well done. I don't know. Like, that's an interesting point.
Yeah, I forget what was the faction that she came up with from NXT with. I can't remember the name right now. It's escaping me. With all I can remember is their music, because it's a direct rip of "My Name Is Mud" from Primus.
I don't remember.
Why can't I think of that? Can't I think of that faction name? Town, you look like it's on the tip of your tongue.
I don't have the slightest idea. Who is she with?
Austin Aries, I think.
Oops.
No, God damn it. No.
Sanity.
Thank you.
With
Sanity. Yes.
I want to say Eric
Yeah.
Young. There's other guys, but like
right. That's who it was. Yeah.
I'm trying to...
Yeah,
they took that to the main roster and absolutely butchered that too.
They did.
On gimmicks, which credit to her, she's done really well, because they never really seem like she's trying too hard. Like she's trying to make you believe that, ooh, she's crazy.
She doesn't have to. Like, she has that built in. Like, she does that very, very well. She did that amazingly in NXT. I just want to point out, in Sanity, they had Eric Young. They also had Killian Dane. Like, how do you fuck these guys up? Alexander Wolf has a menacing sort of thing, and they have Sawyer Fulton, but I don't really remember him very much.
They just didn't run with those guys. I think one of them, if that's the one where somebody pissed off the locker room, right, and got fired for it. I believe that's what happened to one of them.
I want to say it was Young, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought Eric Young said something out of line and they fired him, and that kind of took the wind out of the sails.
They were kind of DOA when they got to the main roster, unfortunately.
Yeah. But then I look at like Aleister Black, and he's not going back to AEW. I just don't think he's going back.
I could see it.
Speaking of the social media reaction to New Day, like the opposite of that has come out about Black. Holy fuck!
Yes, yeah.
Like it's been unanimous. They've all been like, no.
I still say, and Town, I've said this to you, since this all started. I think there is space for Aleister, and more importantly, I think if Aleister wants to come back and Zelina Vega wants to come back, I think Tony Khan will have a conversation with them. I think he's open to them coming back. I think there has to be a discussion potentially with him and the roster. Like, you can't put that person back into the locker room and have a bunch of discord. Like, we've already seen how that plays out with CM Punk.
They were able to bring Andrade back, so
yeah.
Because the thing
curious.
that I've seen from Dave and everything was like, Black didn't want to lose to certain people, and Andrade didn't want to lose, period.
Yeah.
And Andrade's been able to come back and make it work. So who knows? Maybe that's a, we can hash things out, and we can come back and do business. Or maybe that's irrevocably broken.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how Tony handles this, because we have seen AEW have some absolute locker cancers that they've had to get rid of, and he drug his feet. And there was moments where he should have just been like, you out, and should have hashed it out and didn't do it. We've talked about that time and time again, but we've kind of not had that issue in a while in AEW. So my question is, if he thinks it's possible that it's going to come back, what's worth more to him? The possibility to have a really good run with Aleister Black and pissing off my locker room, or keeping that locker room harmony? I don't know the answer to that. I'm just curious to see. I want to see how he handles it. If he's learned anything, and if he handles it better. I don't think either way is right or wrong.
I think the key is the locker room. Like, I think
Yeah.
he has to make that decision. He has to make the decision as to whether Zelina and Aleister being in that locker room is going to be too much. Because he like, unless it's a situation where like he feels like the roster is under threat by Aleister Black in some way, like he's not going to fire them. He's not going to release them. Somebody, I think it was on What Culture. I think it was Andy Murray. Mentioned him in TNA, and I kind of like. I think him and Zelina, because Zelina has history in TNA.
TNA basically WWE now, anyways.
Yeah, kind of.
They are, but they have their own wrestlers. I think he goes to TNA.
He would be huge in TNA.
So
we'll have to wait and see with that one in particular.
But other than those, though, all those people, like, some would be okay hires, some wouldn't. There isn't room on that roster for these people. There's just not. The AEW has such a good flow right now, and I think they're doing a really good job using that roster between the two shows, and they're not really putting too much of one person on there. And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
Honestly, I just want to point this out real quick. Another one I think should go to AEW or ROH. I think she would do great in ROH, and then maybe bring her up with time as Alba Fire, because she's done amazing shit on the indies. But a lot of these people I think would do amazing either in TNA. Like Uncle Howdy, I could totally see in TNA. I could also see him being done. Like, I've tried to honor my brother's memory. I don't really want to do this anymore. I'm done. And I would be totally like, that would be
MLW.
Potentially.
I think MLW would be a really good fit for him.
Yeah, I think if he wants to keep wrestling, I think. But it's like, this has been like him doing Uncle Howdy after his brother's death. I don't think that was a money grab. I think that was him wanting to honor his brother's legacy. And from my understanding, he was almost on his way out. Like he was on his way to like retiring at one point, like after his brother died. So I don't know. This is me.
You have to see what the market is for him too. If there's no market, it's real easy. If there's somebody's going to pay you a decent amount of money to do it, then you might be more likely to stay. But I think MLW is the company that is really going to make out well in this whole thing.
Yeah, probably.
Because these other companies have bloated rosters, and they're going to get some solid talent. Huh? What'd you say, Leon?
Evolve.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Evolve. Yeah, I think I was thinking about this while doing a bit of research about this, and I think honestly the rosters that are really going to benefit from this are the indies, because a lot of these guys are just going to have to ride the indies, and 20 years ago that would be a death sentence. Like that would be you're never coming back to like, depending on the talent obviously, but like a lot of people who left WWE and like surfed the indies, you never heard from them again because they just kind of petered out. But like now the indies are thriving.
They just coach on their name recognition, and
yes, exactly.
So they couldn't get booked anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing how the indies, after the Monday Night Wars when WCW and ECW closed, not only did those two companies shit the bed, the indies shit the bed. Everything went boom. And there was like that period of time it had to reset before it just shot right back up.
Yeah.
I mean, that really, when WCW died, that really killed the industry. That really killed the industry.
Yeah. On that note, I think we should talk about the thing that we have refrained from talking about. Not refrained. Missed talking about since it happened. Darby Allin is our champion. And MJF is no longer the champion. And we were just talking about how MJF is sort of like a champion of that locker room. I think Darby could also be seen in that light. I think like if you see the response when he came back, like when he won, and I recognize it was scripted, like they sent a whole bunch of people out, but like he is very loved in that locker room. He wants AEW to thrive, and I think that he and Max, and not just hit those two, but like those two want to have great matches. They don't want to like, they're not driven by ego. They're driven by making the rest of the company look really good.
I think that if you ask me who the greatest professional wrestler alive is today, my answer is pretty consistently going to be MJF. And it's just he lost the championship and he put Darby over, and he put Darby over. Like there was like he got his ass fucking smoked. That was a hell of a way to lose a championship, and it made Darby look great, and it didn't fucking hurt MJF. He came back that next week and he started running in his mouth. It made him fucking better.
Yeah,
losing that way made him better.
Yeah.
Watching him cut promos, watching him wrestle, watching the little shit that he's doing, the interactions with the crowd, everything. That dude is a fucking next level. Nobody's touching him. Roman Reigns isn't, Seth Rollins isn't, CM Punk isn't. It's fucking MJF's world, and we're just living in it right now. He put Darby over. Darby Allin is like the perfect, character-wise, he's the perfect like antithesis to Max. He's the total opposite. It was done so fucking well in that moment. I popped like a motherfucker. That was so awesome, the way that it went down. And Darby is champion. I don't think it's going to be long. I think he's going to lose it to MJF at the pay-per-view. That's my opinion.
Potentially.
But I hope he keeps defending it every week and killing himself, because this is one of the greatest title reigns I've ever seen. It's amazing. Just amazing.
I don't normally watch shows more than once. Like I'll watch them, enjoy them, and move on with my life. There have been two instances of segments, like things that I've watched multiple times after seeing it the first time. The first is Moxley's promo after nearly suffocating Daniel Bryan. The second is this. Like that whole Dynamite, because it was so well set up at the beginning. They've got everything set up. They have this. They fake out the match. And then they come back at the end and they're like building Darby up the whole time. And then like the match did not have to be long. Like having it just, I don't even know if it was 2 minutes. Like
still meeting him and giving him a pep talk. Like there was no way he was losing that match.
No.
I remember
that was so fucking cool.
The first time I watched it, I was like, they're not going to do it. They're building all of this up and they're not going to do it. And they got to the Sting part and I was like, oh my God, are they going to fucking do it? Are they going to fucking do it? And like, I didn't know. I didn't know until they actually like started the match. It's like, oh my fucking God. Like I popped super hard for that.
But they don't know how to tell a story.
No, they don't.
They don't know how to tell a story. Fuckers.
I don't know. The interesting part about that is like I can kind of understand why people say that, because I don't think AEW doesn't tell stories in the way that WWE does, which like on its face sounds obviously, but like WWE doesn't tell stories in the ring, not really, unless it's like a swerve or like that sort of thing. Like AEW tells stories between the ropes, and they're very, very good at it because they have wrestlers who know how to do it, who have honed their craft in the indies, in even in WWE and NXT to some extent. Like you look at Swerve and like he's been learning that as well. And I don't know, like AEW has such a focus on good matches over story, but they still have that story like in like through the match.
I just want to say that I think WWE has wrestlers that could do the same thing. They're simply not allowed to do it.
Yeah.
They have some talent there that is just. Could you imagine Seth Rollins and fucking AEW just going doing what the fuck he wanted to do? It would be incredible. Seth Rollins is incredible. Like it would be amazing. Or like Seth Rollins being that there's certain guys you're just like, holy fuck, if you were in AEW. Mm-hmm. Ricochet was a guy that I always said if they just put him in AEW, then they put him in AEW and turn him heel. It's like, holy fuck, look at that, it worked.
Yeah.
I'm at a point where I watch WWE and AEW and they don't even feel like the same product anymore.
They don't. Yeah.
And I think a big part of that was Darby Allin. I think pushing Darby Allin the way they have, not like changing him, keeping him the way he is, having him be so like fucking. He's just gritty and he's true and he's really easy to relate with in that point. And he's always fucking hurt because he just kills himself. So you always feel bad for him because it's like that fucker has to hurt right now. But he's. I don't even know if like underdog is the right word. It's just like he's almost like AEW's mascot.
The thing that boggles my mind about Darby Allin is the spots that he does, and he doesn't get injured. Like he's had injuries. I'm not saying that, but like taking like the spots that he's taken on the stairs, like the arena stairs a couple of weeks ago, the spot that he took with Christian on the metal stairs. Like how the fuck are you not crippled right now? Jesus, the spot that he did for Sting's,
the flip through the glass,
exactly.
The flip through the glass.
Yeah, like how are you?
That one was just. Oh my god, that one was fucking crazy.
I loved the end of that match, and he's like,
the press conference.
I have to go to the hospital now.
That was the press conference where he's just sitting there, all of a sudden he just goes, I think I need to go to the hospital. Just like nonchalantly.
But then they also have guys like that, like Orange Cassidy. I think I would say the conglomeration. A lot of those guys are like in WWE. They would be mid-carders at best.
Did you watch this week's Dynamite? The highlight of this week's Dynamite is Stokely Hathaway getting bumped from Orange Cassidy by a bucket of popcorn. Boom, and Stokely just goes, oh, and he stole it like he was dead.
And then Taz eats the popcorn. that was the gift that kept on giving, because Taz ate the popcorn and talked about how delicious it was. And then when the match finished, Copeland was like walking around with the tub on his head. Like an idiot.
It was pretty good.
Oh my god.
It was pretty good.
I love that. I love that kind of stuff. And
I think giving us this Darby Allin thing and watching what they've done and the way that they've built. But I think the most important thing in wrestling right now is that MJF is fucking hot and MJF is hitting on all strides. He doesn't need to be champion to be the most important person on the show. Mm-mm. He is so fucking good right now.
He doesn't even need to win. Like,
no, he's just it's him. It doesn't matter. He's 99 Rock. It don't fucking matter what this guy does. It just fucking works, which is crazy to me. It's just crazy. But I think they need to just ride that. Like he's their guy. We've talked about that before. Like in the Attitude Era, you had Austin. Then they went to Cena. Boom, boom, boom. AEW really hasn't had a guy. This is your guy. Just go.
Push him.
Just ride him. Doesn't mean he has to be champion 24/7. Doesn't mean that at all. Keep him at the top of the card. Keep him with interesting people. You know, that's what they need to do. And I think him losing to Darby and then losing the TNT Championship match after, it makes him so much better.
Yeah.
That's not how it's supposed to work.
Yes.
That's not how it's supposed to work.
I think like you made a good parallel, I think, in that like 99 Rock, once they realized that the Rock was huge, they hitched their wagon to him and ran. The problem is like if the Rock gets injured or he decides he's just gonna leave like he did, like then what the fuck do you do? And I think that's the beauty of AEW is that like MJF is hot shit right now. If for whatever reason he has to walk away, he's injured, or if he just gets a bug up his ass and he's just like, I'm done wrestling. I don't want to wrestle anymore. You still have Swerve. You still have, you have Kenny Omega. He's in, he's got more years behind him than ahead. But like, you have Hangman. You have Clark Connors. You have Jay White. You have like this entire roster that you could easily, within a few years, like push them into spots near the top of the card. And it amazes me how
I think
well
what they're
AEW
doing
can build stars.
I think what they're doing though is they're using MJF to build those people, which is what you have to do. That's they did back in the day with like Austin. They used Austin and Rock to get more people over to work. They're doing a really good job of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think AEW has ever been better, and I don't think it's close. Like when they signed Danielson and Punk and Adam Cole in that short little span, that was incredible, and we were all just like, "Holy shit! I can't believe it! This is incredible."
Mm-hmm.
I think this is better because it's going on longer and it's more consistent,
Mm-hmm.
and it's homegrown guys.
And they're not
Like those homegrown guys that we heard about on those first shows. Those are the guys now that are suddenly becoming really important.
Yeah.
Jack Perry's another example of a guy who's got a belt, who's doing some stuff. They've just managed to get those guys, and they're working those guys up. Yeah.
Speaking of these homegrown guys and everything, I just saw a graphic recently that reminded me of something. Do y'all remember the 4 pillars of AEW?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
One of these things is not like the other.
Yeah, who did Sammy Guevara piss off?
I don't know.
Everybody, apparently.
Yeah.
He's still there though. He's in
I could
I think
see
he's
him.
doing
I could
shit
see.
into ROH.
I could see him going to WWE.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be successful, but I could see him going. I hope he gets a push. I hope he gets a push.
I hope they keep him in ROH for a while, for a year or two at the very least, because I think he's doing really good. I think he's doing good work in ROH right now, and like keep running with that, because I think right now I don't see a place for him.
You don't want him to come back and be one of the people who helps Jericho out, and they can reform the
Oh God, no!
Whatever the fuck
Absolutely
it was for
not.
the third time.
Absolutely not. Although, like apparently,
I forgot the name of that.
It doesn't to any of them. Any of them. Sammy Guevara was in it, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, except the learning tree. He wasn't in the learning tree.
Are we gonna reference the learning tree ever again, or like is that just like because Big Bill is still there?
Yeah.
Are we? Are they gonna come back?
I think they're still a team. Those two, but I don't think that they're doing the like the goofy learning tree kind of shit. I think that they're becoming more serious.
Well, Bill's still the Redwood, I believe, but
is he? Okay.
I don't know if the other. I don't know if whatchamacallit's doing the bad apple thing anymore.
I don't think he's.
But I believe Bill's still the Redwood. Though.
The last time I saw the bounty hunter, can't remember his name. He was doing more closely the like serious bounty hunter gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like it's fine if they don't ever reference that again, because that was. I could
go the way I think it was supposed to.
No,
that's the thing with Jericho though. Jericho's been such a hit or miss character.
Yeah,
I don't know what you do with him.
Keep him alone. I mean, if you want to like
that's almost what I want to see. Make him a loner for a little bit.
If you want to attach, like if you want to have a tag team match with him and Sammy Guevara against somebody, like once in a while, like I don't give him a tag run. Don't give him a faction. Don't like he needs to be on his own for a while. Jericho, I mean. I like Guevara in I think he's in LFI now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He's like the leader, possibly.
Good old Sammy Guevara.
How do you all feel about Bowens in the ops? This is kind of a left turn, but
made for some interesting segments, I guess.
that was kind of my thing. Like I don't
like Bowen's trying to sell himself to Hook is interesting.
It was a weird vibe.
Yeah,
I just saw him there and I was just like, what? Okay, whatever. I just I don't think they should have ever broken that tag team up. That tag team was popular. Like they should have ran with that a little more. I thought that was premature. But
they tried to put them back together and for whatever reason it didn't stick. I don't
they
know
didn't
why.
do it. I don't know.
I did enjoy those.
I don't know if those two don't get along that well and don't want to do it, or they're just tired of it, or they want to be singles. But they were pretty successful. I mean, like they were a team that I thought was going to be like one of the top AEW teams for like a good 2 to 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And they were
But
like fucking hot for a while there
yeah,
too.
like what the hell?
Maybe they're trying to give both their characters depth, and then they will. I think they'll come back together at some point in time. Honestly, I don't know where Max is. Where is Max Caster? Not Jacob Friedman. So I haven't seen him on TV in a long ass time.
I don't know. Maybe he's doing ROH. Maybe he's hurt. I have no idea. I haven't heard about him either.
I would love to see them back together. I don't know if y'all.
They were such a good team.
I don't know if y'all saw the they had a, I don't remember what pay-per-view it was for, but they did like those two where they were trying to like mash those two back together. And so they did this segment where like Tony Khan forced them to have like a bonding time together, and they like walked around New York City and like talk shit about each other. It's funny. If I can find it, I will put it in the Discord.
Those two are pretty good together, but
yeah,
I don't know. I think that's our time to say we're done.
yeah, because we're talking about the
Outro us.
Tag teams that aren't there anymore. I think this is a great time to stop. As Town just said, I don't know why I said it again. So bye. Hi, Ninja.
The town drunk swings like a wrecking ball. Gail Robinson's fists, they could end it all. Leon and Corbin, the brothers of pain, and Darius brings thunder like a freight train.